Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Naseko Paps and I'm doing fine and I hope you are doing fine. So today I was just seated here and reflecting on the decision I made 7 months ago. That was to come up country, and I would honestly say that that was the best decision I made then, because making a decision to moving from a town where you had all your life and going up counties to start afresh is not easy. It's a decision I started making back in 2020. And uh, whatever happened in 2020 is when this corona hit, and a lot of people, even some of our friends, lost their jobs. I actually even hosted one of our friends who lost a job. And for me, I was thinking like, we were so lucky. Personally, I did not lose my job and all that. And that's when I started thinking about moving, about starting a new life. Not per se starting a new life, but starting, acha niseme, kujipanga pole pole. When you are young like us, you think that there is this thing that people say, actually it's a song that say, young blood thinks that there is always tomorrow. And I was like, what if this happens to me? So 2020 corona hit was an eye-opener to me. I was like, for me, I have kids, 2 kids, and there are people who don't have kids. So there is this different thinking when you have kids. I don't know, maybe people will argue that some people with kids think different, but for me, the moment I saw a lot of people lose their jobs and go back to ushago, their home place, that was scary to me, because I was like, I'm lucky I did not lose my job. Yes, I'm still surviving normally despite corona, isipokuwa the lockdown and everything, because to me the lockdown hata it had no different to me. Let me be honest, haikuwa na any different, because I'm used to work at home, so kazi iliendelea kabisa. But sasa nilikuwa zile za what if I lost my job. That's the scariest thing I thought about, because where I was staying in Nairobi, I'm in a rental. I lose my job, maybe I use the small savings that I have to pay for rent, to survive in Nairobi and all that. And remember, there are no companies that were hiring at the moment. Si company mingi zilikuwa zina hire, so it's hard to get jobs. Even some companies are still recovering 6 years later. So I was like, what if I lose my job that time? Yes, I have a home, I could go my parents' place and all that, but I have kids. Imagine going back home to your parent place to be a brother. They start taking care of you again, and now they are even taking care of your kids. That was my biggest fear. So hapo ndio I started thinking, I have this asset. Land is an asset, and I thank God I had purchased some land, because I have others, and I was like, what can I do to secure my future and my kids' future? Because I could not think about me going back to my parents' place with my kids. That was here's the scariest thing. So in 2020, I started thinking what I can do, but it was a hard decision, because living in Nairobi for so long, and Nairobi has this thing of fixing you there. You want to be in the city, all the roads are accessible, every facility you need iko tu hapo karibu. Basically you can get anything, any basic needs ukitaka tu hapo hapo, hata hospitali, anything you want, good places. And nini nataka susu. Okay, sorry, I'm with my small son here. So I started thinking and second guessing myself. Remember, this is 2020, 2021, 22. I'm still second guessing myself. Nikijiuliza, what will happen if I move? I want to have my own place, a place where I can start building my life. You know, to be honest, living in a rental place, to me, ilikuwa sijijengi. I need a place I can develop. You know, having your own place you can develop is just something else. And nikajisecond get for those years until 2025, around September. Ndio now it reached a point I said enough is enough. Now I need to move. I need to make that step and start my own different life, moving up country and all that, start a new life. My kids to have a place they can call home, because when you lose a job, unatumia everything, the landlord will not remember that. Atakufukuza tu if you don't pay your own rent and all that. So that's when I made a decision to move up country and start building. And now it's been around 6 months since I moved in this place, although the house is not finished and all that. And living here imekuwa such a good thing. I don't know whether I've been peaceful. This is the most peaceful time I've ever been. There is so much peace knowing that you're in your own place. Hakuna mtu anakungoja. Hakuna mtu ana expect anything from you at the end of the month. The only people expecting anything from me is my kids, to feed them, education and all that, just normal surviving. Hakuna mtu ati ana expect ati nifanya hivi na hivi. I'm developing my own place each day. From people outside, they can see as if it's a small thing I'm doing, but let me tell you, developing your own place is something different. For the longest time, I've never had fresh vegetables, and right now I can have fresh vegetables from my garden. Hiyo ni kitu singe kuwa nayo Nairobi. In Nairobi, when you have to eat vegetables, inabidi uende kwa soko and all that, hujui hata zinatoka wapi, but there is that feeling ukiwa na zako, unaona zina grow, you start growing them and all that, you see them zinamea and all that. There is even this peace knowing that at least you have somewhere, you know, even if everything goes wrong, at least you have somewhere you can call home. I don't know whether you will get me. Having a place, not your parents' place, your place you can call home. And it's such a nice feeling. Sijui, I know most of you might not get me, mostly young people, because for us young people, we want to live in the cities, those good apartment, townhouses and all that, but we forget that there may reach a point you need to be in your own place. And I think that's the point I'm in. And maybe it's goals, Pia. If you are not even sure whether you want to be in your own place, I don't know. People set different goals, but for me is I have my own place, my kids have a place they can call home, and everything will continue later. It might not be a permanent place to live in. I usually tell people building is not permanent. The situation you are in today is not the situation you are in tomorrow. I can be living here today, but in 10 years I decide, let me move to another place. And then I buy land, another place, build, and life continues. So building is not a permanent thing. You can decide to move, you can decide to stay and all that. It's just building your life, developing your life. And so I was thinking, what could have happened if I did not move? I did not make that decision to move. Maybe right now I could be still in Nairobi, working, day in, day out, paying rent. Life could be, I think, normal. But I don't know about what will happen tomorrow. Will I lose my job? I don't know. I be able to will I be able to survive? You know, Nairobi has these good vibes. Nairobi has good vibes of you wanting to survive there. And let's be honest, most of us are really, really struggling in the cities. We might be lying to ourselves, lying to our parents, lying to our friends, but most people are struggling in the city and they feel the fear to start over. But I will be honest, starting is over is not easy. Ni ngumu. It's like redoing your life again, and it's not easy, but ikishika hiyo momentum, I think it's the best thing you'll ever have. So I was just thinking, I think this is the best decision I've ever made in my life so far. And also want to encourage young people there. It's not bad to rebuild yourself. It's not bad to start over. Just start over your life. If you think that the life you are living in is not the life you want to live in 5 years, you can start now. Because the only regret I have is not making that decision back in 2020. Because if ningeamua kumove out of Nairobi in 2020, that time, I think sai ningekuwa even much better, far pia. Maybe hata hii nyumba ningekuwa nilimaliza kitambo, the compound would be have been done, and ningekuwa maybe na other plans, because it's been 5 years since then. Imagine make your decision to move 5 years ago. Sai I think ningekuwa mbali sana. The time I wasted, you know, time is money pia. I wasted a lot of time thinking about this decision, and it's a decision that ninge make kitambo. So if you have a decision you want to make, I would encourage you, just make it. Have a plan, even if it's a small plan, and then you will continue improving your plan. You know, sijui ama mtanielewa, but just starting over. Don't wait at you na plan. For me, I was planning, I wait, I save this amount, and then I do this, and then I realize there is no time that you reach at now I'm ready. You are never ready. Just make yourself ready. Because if you don't make yourself ready, you will waste a lot of time. Time is not on your side. So me naweza tu encourage anybody there mwenye anataka improve their life. Just do it. Just start what you want to start. Just start that plan. Ifanye tu. Doesn't matter what. Nikushika, hiyo ni kubwa. Hiyo ni kubwa than hizo zenye train unashikanisha. So tumia hizo zenye zimeshikanishwa. So anza tu hiyo plan yako. Usingoje ati miaka 5. Hiyo time bado inasonga. And I know for us young people, tunasemanga tu tuko young until miaka inaenda unajua kumbe miaka inasonga. And for me, my plan is sitaki kuspend ati time yangu ya retirement ndio naanza kujijenga. Ili nijijenge saa hii when I'm strong and young, and then retirement ndio naanza kutulia. Sitaki ati when I'm 50s ndio naanza kufikiria na nunua shamba sasa niko almost kuretire, ati najenga wapi. No, jijenge tu when you are young. I'll say mtu ajijenge when you are young, and life will continue. So I think that's what I wanted to talk about today. Sikuwa na so much to talk about, but just to encourage you people there, if you have a plan unafikirianga kufanya, maybe starting that business, maybe going to school to study a certain course, maybe doing whatever you want to do, just start. And I think you figure it out as you are going through. You know, you can't figure it out without experiencing it. Just experience it, and then you will adjust. I would say you will adjust your plan as you go. Juu huwezi adjust plan ujaanza. Ni kama kuniambia uanze kutoka hapa kwenda Nairobi, una adjust plan yet hata ujaanza hata hiyo safari. Anza hiyo safari unataka kuanza, and then as you go by utaenda readjust your plan. Whatever you wanted to do, just do it. So that's it for today, guys. Let me hear in the comment section what you think. about just starting and all that, or has it ever backfired for you, or has it ever worked for you? And let's keep encouraging each other, and please keep on sharing my content, subscribing and all that. And I think I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.